Raze equals explosions. She is the one agent made to chip off health of your opponents without even being in a gunfight. Thing is, not everyone knows how to use her nades effectively. You often see people panic throwing them or even using it as area denial, while in reality they can be used early in the game to force engagements or even do some serious damage. So how do we use them and how much damage can you even do with them? Let's find out, shall we? Straight off the bat, her nade does 55 damage. Not a lot of damage, Phil Swift would say, but here comes the neat part. Her nade explodes into 4 smaller nades, which somehow still do 55 damage per tick. This means the perfect nade throw would do 275 damage, more than enough to pulverize an entire push. The sad truth is, we all know this wouldn't easily happen in a real game, as people probably don't want to stand still next to a menacingly beeping paint can. That might sound like a bad thing, but in reality, it's something that we can use to our advantage. Let's take a look at Ascent, A side. If we are defending as raze and perfectly throwing a nade around here, we force the attacking agent to either commit and walk in, or back off from the nade. In an ideal scenario, we split the group in a 2-3 split, with 2 committing, most likely the duelist and the initiator, and the supporters sticking behind. If you swing together with a teammate who has flashes, you can easily pick off the entries while not having to worry about the rest of their team. Using nades this way is super useful, not to mention rewarding, and will result in an easy 3v5 the rest of the round. Just don't whiff your shots and make it a 3v5 in their favor. The example on Ascent also works on other maps or other bomb sites. Here on bomb site B, you can play it smart and wait for your opponents to get closer, and once close enough, lob a grenade behind them and maybe even time it with an annoying boom bot to force an unfair gunfight versus your opponents. And yes, it also works from the attacking side to force people out of their annoying spots. In most cases, raze's nades are shorter lasting, higher damage mollies that can rain from above. If someone is hiding in a corner, lob one at them. If you are unsure if someone is behind generator, lob a nade at it. In some kind of weird, wacky way, the nades are a better alternative for the boombot. Boombots make sure there is no one hiding in corners and deals a max damage of 80, while a nade also makes sure there is no one there, but does a whopping 275 damage total. Not to mention, nades are free. I'm starting to sound like an advocate of the devil here, but there is another amazing thing that you can do with your nades. By learning lineups, you can even plant denial with her paint canisters. Think outside of the box and don't just throw them for the sake of throwing them. Use them wisely and you can become a very dominant, controller-like duelist. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to learn more about the amazing abilities of Valorant.